flag.
Seeing a good turn bad make you think a little different. Seeing your fam in rehab make you drink a little different. Dad's jealousy make relationship a little different. Him blaming you for that make you flip a little different. A passion turning into work at work a little different. Trust issues make you treat a good girl a little different. Bad breakups make waking up alone a little different. Crying in meet and greets make doing shows a little different. The girl who used to curve you now she texts a little different. Fucking out of spite make the sex a little different. People relying on you make you chill a little different. Knowing you're lost make being blessed feel a little different. Getting most of what you want make you want a little different. I bet this girl would want me if I flaunt a little different. I always wonder when they hear what I say. Can they tell I never got women without fame? Can they see a whole person that I ain't? Can they tell I wasn't worth shit until paid? They wonder how I'm not nervous when on stage, cause that's the only time that I can truly run away. I forget everything. That rush a little different. Petite brunette bitches make the fun a little different. My manager looking at this cup a little different. I guess our opinion on being drunk a little different. Mama saw me stumbling this time a little different. Told her I won't cross the line, but I line a little different. Told my grandma that I call her back today. Feeling I can't do no wrong make me lie a little different. This girl says she's got a nice room for me. Money make me view the word nice a little different. The price a little different. Luxury hotels make it feel okay to hide, so I hide a little different. Packed schedule makes seeing me a little different. So when I hit my excuse to leave a little different. It's not that I don't love, my love a little different. I trust a little different, condom flush a little different. Can't put that in the trash, women act a little different. They might pick it up and stick it back a little different. My ex probably trying to hate a little different. When she found them videos made her rage a little different. Threw trust out the window, the pain a little different. Couldn't even fuck me cause her memory too vivid. 2 weeks later we broke up a little different from the first time. This time her grudge a little different. Nowadays my shame a little different. Waking up with it, it just way a little different. Sometimes I really wanna fade a little different, but addictions in my blood, we lose strength a little different. I'm prone a little different. I wonder if I'm losing myself or I'm just dealing with my growth a little different. Good times, but I deal a little different. Knowing I'm lost make being blessed feel a little different.
Yo, shoot my shot like I'm Kraftovich. Ain't gon' do nothing with the rock more than pass the shit. My chick a dime piece like 10 pacifists. I'm on the pier with a beer bumping classic hits. They dress the nines just to whine, they just having fits. Rather not make the haul than be there with an asterisk. It's the story where the greedy lose to the passionate. Never applaud the street shit, but new people who will clap your shit. Yeah. So fuck whoever that I might offend. You just catalyze my rise like a flight attendant. It's in my blood to deal with pressure, I got hypertension. Precise intention, spite incentives, leave them quite defensive. Yeah, fuck a billionaire, I really care. They don't know your market value when you really rare. Bells work, I can show you how up in Hell's Church. All of that crypto can't buy you self-worth. Sway told me have some fun with it. Some higher power gave me heart, so I'ma run with it. Under it, hard to stomach shit, fuck it, bitch, I'ma carry on. Heavy this luggage get, but I'm very strong. Young, and if you gon' wed the game, know it's a marathon. So many people called it very wrong. With me, take it all with me, nothing but gratitude for their platitudes. I just woke up to the sun, good afternoon.
I've been moving boulders, working on my shoulders. I've been trying to find the pace. I've been getting older, they've been getting over. Tell me when that's not the case.
But I got a little pace now.
Yeah.
Said I got a little pace now.
Yeah.
I ain't in a race, that's a waste. Try and castrate my faith, castrate, we good.
Then I keep it up with me. Buck 50 slicing through the tape, I clean the plate. Know that they can't really fuck with me. I've been crushing grapes, every word gon' turn to fate. I done learned to discern a friend from a fake. See, niggas ain't gon' pull you up unless you drowning in that lake. But every soul that stay with me, I keep the crown over their face. Heavy value like a bounty. Coldest nigga out the county, know it around me, keeping pace. First place, never drowsy behind the brace. Never lousy behind this laptop. I hit they brain like I'm crack rock. You in the fame in these lanes. I ain't in the games of the back top. And the pain is my match. I don't care for niggas that fast talk. Got dissected like what is you saying? You niggas half off rag bound. Not behind the glass with a pretty flick in the background. Red just like the classic cartoons. You know I come back round. Instead of left a question, wondering if we whack now. Nigga.
I've been moving boulders, working on my shoulders. I've been trying to find the pace. I've been getting older, they've been getting over. Tell me when that's not the case.
But I got a little pace now.
Yeah.
Said I got a little pace now.
Yeah.
I ain't in a race, that's a waste. Try and castrate my faith, castrate, we good. I've been feeling grateful for everybody that fronted on me, that stunted on me, that run up on me, put love up on me. Said I just want to say thank you for what they said that I couldn't do, that I shouldn't do, that I would improve. I said look and do, said I wouldn't lose. I'm just grateful. World dog looking shameful. They want me to hate you, but look at all of this, look at all of this here. Couldn't pay you enough to thank you, and ain't much in the bank to. But I've been feeling where everyone wanna be hard, but only like 2 out 10 need to be. Everyone wanna be seen, shit. So we change up scenery. Self-worth costs sweat. But to look at a screen is free, and I was getting upset, but it ain't set me up for shit, letting up, forget about it. I'm used to them doubting, my movement been routed, that light look green to me. Half the time these dudes only talking, they more Charles Barkley than TNT. At less than half of where I wanna be, I'm still half the shit that I dream to be. Ironic how both my fam and my foe always be leaving me. Get it? It just depends on how you hear it. The ride depend on how you stare. And they wanna sample my energy, but if we ain't friends, don't have to clear them, don't have to cheer, cleanse my past and spirit. I got food to eat and family around, so anger, that's just mass fear. I got too much love to be bitter with it, sitting with I gave too much fuss just to let them take my spirit with it. Grateful for everybody that fronted on me, that stunted on me, that run up on me, put love up on me. Said I just want to say thank you for what they said that I couldn't do, that I shouldn't do, that I would improve. I said look and do, said I wouldn't lose. I'm just grateful. World dog looking shameful. They want me to hate you, but look at all of this, look at all of this here. Couldn't pay you enough to thank you, and ain't much in the bank to. But I've been feeling great. Every L I take is a W, ain't found its other half. Take the negative times, and I end up, that's tougher, man. They don't wanna live it, they just want the story. Fuck your allegations and your allegories. Fuck around and kill your whole category. My Grammy love me, fuck a rap award. See, I'm grateful for every enemy that wanna see an enemy. Yo, girl, just message me, talking about she love my empathy. Can't even walk and chew gum, but yet still you move so extrally. You just do your best, you impression, just try and increase your impressions, but you ain't impressing, we. Oh no, 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 type of bitter, put the foe in the four photos. I just keep my head up and move low, low, low. But shit, I see the you and me, I still need growth for sure. So I got too much love to be bitter with it, sitting with I gave too much fuss just to let them take my spirit with it. Grateful for everybody that fronted on me, that stunted on me, that run up on me, put love up on me. Said I just want to say thank you for what they said that I couldn't do, that I shouldn't do, that I would improve. I said look and do, said I wouldn't lose. I'm just grateful. World dog looking shameful. They want me to hate you, but look at all of this, look at all of this here. Couldn't pay you enough to thank you, and ain't much in the bank to. But I've been feeling grateful.
Hola, soy Dora. How you guys doing? What's going on? It's been a long time. As usual, it's always a long time after each live stream. And I'm just like, I don't know what to say to that. I mean, I just been kind of in my own world lately. Just been playing PS5. God of War came out. So, funny story, I got God of War on PS5, played it, absolutely loved it, and then it came out on PC, so now I'm replaying it, and it's been soaking up all my time. Apart from that, all right, I just been testing out a new indicator, getting used to it before I come on live stream, start promoting it, saying this, and that, and I know there's going to be 1,000 different questions relating to it. How do you use it? How do I get into Along? How do I get out of Along? All that good stuff. So I just wanted to have like a kind of a good baseline to how to answer those questions. I still am not a pro at this. All right. It's the first indicator I've used in a long time besides the RSI and MACD. So give me some slack. But besides that, fantastic to see you guys, as always. We have absolutely been slaughtering the market over the past couple of days / week or so. It was like kind of rocky coming out of that refill to the account, but quickly picked up pace. Kind of stepping back to a higher time frame, hedging positions where positions need to be hedged, where I wasn't quite certain on where we were going to go, and eventually the ABCs kind of came back into rhythm. I know if you guys were playing the smaller time frames probably back 2 weeks ago, they weren't necessarily the greatest. Now I say that, but it's just because I was on the smaller time frames. They were decent. And obviously I missed that fantastic long on sushi, which I still beat myself up about every single day. But besides the point. All right, let's go ahead and hop into it. I'll switch over the screen. I know you guys can't see my face yet, but hi, how you doing? And I have it set up a little bit differently. I have the camera a lot higher just so I can see a little bit better. But yeah, how you guys doing? What's going on? Hopefully you guys had a good New Year's, all that great stuff. And let's get right into it. Let me say hi to you guys first. Brian, thank you for being first. How you doing, man? Liquid, Long, pretty soon, hopefully. William, how you doing? If you don't know, my actual name is William. My actual name is Austin as well, but my first name's William. Don't go doxing me though. Sin City, how you doing, man? Prettish. I'm so, God, I know you pronounced it phonetically for me one time, but I still don't got it. But how you doing? Thank you for checking up on me. I appreciate that. Lex G, what's going on, man? Duper. The first person I played was Token. He just dropped a new album called Pink, so I wanted to play a song from that. It's not really the type of music that I would play on stream because it's a lot more vulgar, and I know that my crowd is a little bit older, so I don't want to, taint my image or anything like that. But no, I love Token. And then the second guy I played was Marlon Craft. You were asking for anybody that was similar to Token. You can look up Hobson, Marlon Craft, Ryan Carveo, Token, obviously, Lucidius. There's a good couple other ones, Sunreal. They all got different styles, but they're in that kind of same category of like being unique. They're not like all these plain Jane rappers out there. And you also asked, you got a Quest, Oculus Quest 2. My favorite game by far was Gorn. All right. It stands for gore porn. All right. Very vulgar name, I know. But basically, it's just a gladiator simulator where it brings you back in evolution. Like you're legit going to become a barbarian, and anybody that is in the household around you will not recognize you 5 minutes after you take the headset off because you're going to be a different person. Trust me. All right, that's all I'm going to say. Just try it out. It's a wonderful game. I don't know if it runs on Quest 2, but if it does, grab it immediately. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop into it. What am I expecting short term? I do think we're going to continue this dump. Now, that being said, we have been much more cautious lately in terms of taking hedges, making sure that we're doing things safely. And as of right now, if we do happen to come back above 42,372, now this is the index chart. I have been using this a lot more recently to get more of a baseline for things that I might miss on the Bybit chart. Now it kind of flips back and forth. I've gotten a lot of questions about, should I use the Bybit chart or should I use the index chart? Should I use the Coinbase chart? There's no simple answer to that because it has worked out several different ways. For the most part, you're going to find me on the index chart from now on, looking for macros and stuff like that. But one instance is on Bybit. We had this wick to the upside coming up to 43,695, which created this ABC right here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mark that out for you. And if the music is too loud, let me know. But, oh my gosh, there we go. We had that ABC right there. So that gave us a much, much higher entry than, say, the index chart would have. The index chart was at 43,467. So that was a good $200 less. But it was the same exact ABC. So depending on how you're doing it, yes, you could have gotten a better entry off the Bybit chart. But the same ABC was there. The same ABC could have been taken. You would have just gotten a little bit less of a good entry, and you wouldn't have gotten wicked out either on that retest right there. But as far as some of the trades that we've made over the past couple of days / week, unfortunately, I did not catch this one right here. I slept through it like a bozo, but I was able to catch, I believe, the short right here. We had short, and then I took profit like right here. So I kind of took profit way too early, but by that point, the account was sitting good. We had a good couple trades back and forth in this region right here. Especially this one right here. We caught that long going up, and then we caught this short to the downside right here. All right, we took this one right here. Now, this was one of the case scenarios where the index chart actually gave us the entry, whereas the Bybit chart would have not. All right, the Bybit chart did not put in a higher high. So, I mean, that's where I'm talking. There's not a clear answer in terms of which way to go. All right. So we took that, we shorted all the way down. I think I took profit right about here. And then on this small time frame ABC right here, I took another short, took it down. And then I don't know if I took profit or if I just hedged long, but we caught. Now, here's the thing. It was a crackhead time frame, I admit. All right, I was on like the 1 minute chart after this dump right here. All right, and I caught this ABC. Tiny ABC. But we absolutely slaughtered that trade. We longed it all the way back up to right about here. And then, yeah, it was fantastic. So, reason why I did that is it's hard to explain. I just had a feeling that that's how it would have worked out. I know that's not a good answer, and that's not something that can be replicatable. I was just in the mindset of a market maker. I don't know if that makes sense. I was basically thinking, how would I suck up liquidity from the market as best as possible? And that would be to smash it to the downside and pump it up as quick as possible. And that's what I was looking for. And that's how it worked out. It was just kind of like flow. And that's something that I've talked about for quite a while. Like even in my old strategy document, I talked about market flow. Not in terms of like, you know, the buy walls and the sell walls. But if you've ever been in like a professional sport, like you kind of tap into this, like this mindset where like everything kind of just clicks and you can kind of see what's going to happen before it happens. And I was in a state of market flow at the time and I took it. And then up here, we took the head short to the downside, and that's still what we're sitting in. Earlier, I took this one right here. This was the last major trade that I was able to take profit on. I took this ABC to the upside and I took profit at the 0.441 and it turned right back around. So that was a quick, easy 300 or something like that of profit. So right now I'm still just chilling. The account is sitting at 4,684. Absolutely fantastic. Now it's not all sunshine and roses. I've been stopped out a good couple of times over the past couple of days, but hey, that's a part of the game. And so far so good. Just taking these trades. There's been plenty of hedges, like I said, where I'll be sitting in a major short and then I'll take a long hedge to the upside. Now, people ask me, like, what is the appropriate way to hedge? There's two ways to hedge, in my opinion, and whether or not you choose one over the other, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just, what are you more comfortable with? So you can have one main position open, and then when you take your hedge short or hedge long, you can just take it back to the 0.382 or the 0.441 and take profit there. Because you might be thinking that it's going to continue in that direction, kind of like what I did with this hedge long right here. I took profit because I did not think that we were going to go past my original short. Or you can just simply hold the long until it gets up to your hedge short, take profit, or hold it past. It's up to you. And sometimes I'll pick one or the other depending on how I feel. And sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. There is no crystal ball to this where you're going to get the right answer every single time. It's just a matter of what are you comfortable with, and that's pretty much it. And a lot of the times, people, I find, don't hedge for one reason, and that's they want to make as much money as possible. So they go, well, if I take a short off of this position right here, and then I take a long off of this position right here, and I have them battling against each other, I'm not making any money in between those two zones. It's basically locking in the profit from the first trade if you are using the same amount of margin, and it's basically substituting. The short will lose profit as the price is going up, and the long will gain profit, kind of equaling each other out. So they go, I want to make money. I don't want to be sitting there breaking even the entire time. But sometimes it's necessary to do that. One, you can avoid very severe volatile price action where you might not be able to get an entry in the first place. Or two, it just makes things easier. It can save your ass sometimes. So that's my opinion on hedging. I know it's not what everybody wants to hear, but it's what some people need to hear. There's some times where you're not going to make the epitome of profit, and that's okay. All right, as long as you're gradually making profit and keeping your account in a safe zone. I mean, if you think about it, if you have two good hedges off of two major points, the market makers can't really touch you at that point. All right, now I don't want to continue to play into the manipulation thing. I'm not saying manipulation. You're a market maker. I'm a market maker. All right, if you are using limit orders, you are technically a market maker. But we're just kind of playing into almost like a biblical mythology of there's a market god out there that decides where things are going to go. Helps some people. But in terms of other positions that I might get myself into, most definitely sushi is one that I need to have my eyeball on. Sushi actually had a much more severe pullback than BTC's having right now, because we can see this is the previous low. We did put in an ABC, technically, if you want to say that. You could have caught this long position from $6.30, pretty much exactly. And it would have been pretty much clean and green all the way up. And you could have taken a hedge long off of this beautiful, beautiful ABC setup right here. Probably would have been wicked out right here, but quickly re-entered as it came back down. And you would just have two competing positions at the moment. It is looking like the sushi does want to put in one more lower low below $6.20. If it does, that's definitely a position I'm willing to get myself into. At the moment, I haven't really played sushi much over the past couple of days. I was playing some of these long positions down here, which definitely worked out quite well. But primarily just been playing BTC. I've been playing it with a pretty tight stop loss, which has caused me to kind of get more adept at limiting in and limiting out, especially when it comes to stop losses. Sometimes it's not always possible, but it definitely helps. And I think the other day when I had to limit in and limit out on a couple different orders, each time I did it, I was making $7 off of the rebate. So, you know, pretty much making $14 just for marketing, limiting in and limiting out was pretty good. And another little tidbit, if you guys are using the take profit right here, don't do that. All right. Don't do that. Right here, close by limit. It's the same exact thing as if you were to use this, but this is using market and this is of course using limit. And if it hits your take profit, there's absolutely no difference besides how it gets your profit out. And if you want to save yourself some market fees, you can always use the close by limit button, which is what I have set up right here. You can see I have a limit set for 41.5. The reason for that take profit is obviously we don't know how deep the C wave is going to be right here. So obviously this is what I'm thinking in terms of long. All right. We have an A to the downside, a B to the upside. And right now we're working on a C to the downside. I don't know how low this C is going to be. So I'm just playing kind of the local low slash the guaranteed. If we're going to have a very small wick past the A and then come back above it and re-enter long for the macro position, that's what I choose to do so. And you can see right here is the last local low for this uptrend right here. So 41,286-ish. So I'm just taking profit a little bit before that. Some people were asking me, do I think it's going to come back down below 40,550? I don't personally think so, but obviously I'm not the oracle here. I don't know for a fact, but my best guess would be no. With the A being right here, I don't think it's going to wick that low. It definitely could, like I said, in terms of the market makers trying to pull as much liquidity as possible. Most definitely, they will try to pull something. But in terms of right now, I think that once we confirm this, like once we put in a lower low and we come back above the 41,800 region, I think we're good to go. Like, I might be jinxing it right now, but I think we're good to go. And in terms of where I think we're going to go, the short-term target in terms of what we might see immediately following that ABC over the next couple of days is going to be 46,000. Most definitely, because if you look at it right now, that would be our B. So we have an A, we have a B, and then we would have a C going to the upside, hopefully being around 46,000. And maybe we might have some sort of retest right here, coming back down, trying to retest the $43,000 level. Who knows? But if you look at what it's forming right here, what does that look like? Looks like a little Adam and Eve guy. You know, come back up and blast off to the upside. And I think someone asked in the chat earlier in terms of the Discord what an Adam and Eve is. I gotta take a drink. I'm so sorry. Where's my cup? Give me 1 second. Don't do that. Can you move your head? I can't see who's standing behind you. Nobody's standing behind me. Don't you say that. All right. But in terms of what an Adam and Eve is, it's pretty much just a bullish pattern. You can call it a cup and handle. You can call it a 1-2 structure from Elliott Wave. Yeah, whatever you want to call it. You can see down here, after this massive dump, we had a recovery and then a rounded bottom. Creates kind of this neckline right here, and then breakout right there. And then over here, you can see the same exact thing. This one, as always, I always say, Adam. What's up? I'm streaming. I told you I'm streaming. What? Probably like 45 minutes an hour. Okay. Jesus. All right, we got Adam, we got Eve and her twin sister, creates that horizontal neckline. And then obviously the 2016, 2017 bull market followed. And it pretty much goes all the way back to the beginning of Bitcoin. It's the one singular pattern that you can kind of count on being ultra bullish right there. Now, obviously the one that we're looking at is on a super small time frame, so I wouldn't give it too much. But, and also right here, you can see the entirety of the bear market was a gigantic Adam and Eve breakout right there. And we were complaining about this back in December, like early December. I was like, this downtrend doesn't have an A, a B, or like it just has an A. So over the past couple of weeks, we have formed exactly what we needed to see. We have an A, we have a B, and we have a C. All right, it's still kind of struggling to get above that A. So anything can happen, but that's the level to watch out for. Now, obviously on the index chart, that level to watch out for would be 43,000 pretty much exactly. But on the Bybit chart, I believe it is more towards the 42,000s, which Bybit might give us, like, if that's one thing to watch out for. If Bybit puts in a significant wick compared to the index chart, that could be a clue that we're going to go there. That's kind of what I'm picking up so far from the past couple of times that we've seen this. But as well as that, we've seen the opposite. So, I mean, like I said, I really don't know at this point. Your guess is as good as mine. But let me bring up the Bybit chart. We're looking for 40,835. So maybe that's where the dump is going to take us. Who knows? I'm still going to be taking profit right there. That's what I feel comfortable with. But 40,800 might be what we are looking for. So if we do get down to that region, I might go down to the smaller time frames looking for a snazzy ABC to pick up. But in terms of this next position, this next long that I'm getting myself into, most definitely will be the one that I hold for quite a while. Because obviously 46,000 being the small time frame target, but in terms of the macro ABC here, I mean 54,000 is pretty much in the cards. Now, I don't know if I'll actually let go of the long there. I might. Reason being, in particular, could be taking profits, allowing for compounding of the account, because this is quite a significant ABC. And has me kind of thinking we could see one more all-time high. Probably what we were looking for originally, around the $80,000 mark, 75, 80,000, which could be just a repeating structure. You know, we had the first major top of the bull market, which ended after, big uptrend, pullback, uptrend, pullback, uptrend, and then now is the final top. So if we're looking at this on a macro scale, big uptrend, pullback, big uptrend, pullback, we could put in one more all-time high. Now that would actually help us out a lot because we wouldn't have to go as low, beyond the $30,000 point. I think we still could, but who knows? I think that we could possibly put in one more all-time high, especially with that large of an ABC to give us that bounce off of. If anything, I'll definitely be looking for a short around 54K, especially if we see any sort of substantial ABC around that region, to at least hedge. All right. Like I said, it's still kind of, in my mind, struggling to figure out what I'm going to do with that. But as of right now, with this position I'm in, if I just held it all the way up to 80,000, it's a $32,000 take profit. So definitely looking for something like that. Where is your feet? Justin, you are relentless. I think this is probably about a year that you've been asking to see my feet, which I find very strange. Very strange indeed. Hey, Kite, have been watching for a long time. How's your trading workout the last few months? Crypto market's kind of boring since then. As a hodler, I don't really care, but I wonder how. We've been doing fantastic. So, pretty much at the beginning of this major downtrend, we started a $1,000 portfolio, and it was working out in the beginning. I think we got up to like 1,700, 2,000, and I kind of shreked the account bad. Playing super small time frames on sushi, just getting ahead of myself, getting too excited. But recently, over the past probably 2.5, 3 weeks, I've kind of pulled back to the 15-minute, 30-minute, and definitely proceeded with more caution. Hedging where I needed to hedge, all that good stuff. And so far, after refilling the account, I refilled it $600. So technically, it's a $1,600 portfolio start. But so far, I'm up to almost $5,000. And after I take, profit on this short, we should be at about 5,200, 5,300. And from there, I believe the long will work out. And by the end of this, I'm hoping the account is going to be worth at least $40,000 before the top of the market. From there, I can go ahead and short, collect funding, and just absolutely wreck. I don't know how far I'm going to take this account before I cash it out, because I do plan on paying my taxes with this account, because taxes were atrocious this year. Absolutely atrocious. Now, luckily enough, if you buy a lot of expensive things and you have a 1099, you can write off pretty much everything, which helped a lot. But I'm still on the hook for quite a bit. So we'll see. I don't know if I can stream Bybit trades again. I'm just doing it. I really don't care at this point. There's so many different things going on. I just figured, hey, screw it. I'm back to playing the old music. I'm going to share my Bybit account. Screw them. Now, if the channel blows up a little bit, I don't know. I might have to go back to doing what I was doing before. Because I think my channel is small enough right now to the point where it doesn't really matter. So I'll keep it OG. Screw what they think. So I got a message from Cody ONG, which is like the person for Bybit that everybody gets messaged by. And he pretty much put out a press statement basically saying, like, we would prefer that you don't stream Bybit. They were like, one, for the security of your account, because I think they were having a couple major people get hacked, and they just wanted to kind of cover their ass because, I don't know. And also, YouTube as well. I think YouTube might consider Bybit gambling, so I'm not sure. Are trade setups showed in the Discord? Of course they are. The Discord's not supposed to be a signals group. Like, I don't want you joining this just so that you can copy my trades. If you're in it and you copy my trades, hopefully you're learning why I'm taking the trades. But you can see all the trades I've taken. This was one of the ones that I attempted this morning. Definitely didn't work out. This one, where is that? This one was the one where I took profit of the 0.382. This was the previous short position that I'm still in. And this was the original before I switched to the Bybit wick. This was the long from there. Now, I was still holding the long from like 41,000, 42,000, and I just added 10% margin off of that ABC. It wasn't like a whole separate trade. But yeah, all these are in here. Some of the profit logs, $500 off that one. The 2 trades I was sitting at the moment. Yeah, it's been pretty eventful past couple of days. Absolutely killing it. Do you see yourself going back to using the RSI again? No, I don't want that no to be like, I am, hate the RSI. RSI is still one of the better indicators out there. All right. But in terms of what I'm playing, ABCs, 85% of the time are going to have divergences attached to them. And sometimes they don't, but they still work out. So I'm not sure. But to introduce you guys to one of the indicators that I have been using over the past couple of weeks, this is the MACD leader by Lazy Bear. Lazy Bear is the person who made the indicators that are currently being used by Market Cypher. All right, so this one right here, don't quote me on any of this because this is just anecdotal from how I've been using it. All right, it is extremely amazing in terms of it gives you an early warning system to watch out for setups, either long or short. Or if you're playing it with the trend, sometimes you can just kind of enter when it crosses. And I have done that for many, many hedge trades. So take, for example, the 30-minute here. All right. It looks very, very choppy right now because price action is very, very choppy right now. But back here, for example, all right, what you're going to notice is when you open it up for the first time, there's not going to be that green line there. It's just going to be a red line with a 0 line going over and under and over and under, kind of like the VWAP from Market Cypher. Now, if you add the MACD, what you have is these little red and green crosses, kind of like traditional MACD. And when it crosses to the downside, you can, of course, conclude that that means go short. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean go short immediately. You can play it like that. You can see like right here, it gave you a short position pretty much at the top of that dump. And that's how I made a lot of stupid money on Sushi. When Sushi was in its major downtrend over here, anytime the 15-minute cross to the downside, the green going over the red, I took the trade. So like right here, for example, it crossed to the downside. And you can see that price action was still going up. But you can see as well, it never recrossed to the upside. So it's basically telling us, all right, the market's ready to make a short move, regardless of if it keeps going up. So right here, you basically just watch out for the next available setup, which was this right here. We had uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, created an ABC, took a short on that, absolutely smacked to the downside. Right here as well, I took a short on that one. And that's pretty much all I did going down the trend of Sushi's avalanche. And if you look at the higher time frames, I would not be just taking trades off of. All right, so you can see with BTC right here. BTC crossed to the upside, but has been consistently going down this entire time. Like I said, it pretty much just gives you a warning system, basically saying, hey, watch out for the bottom. Look for that ABC structure calling the bottom. Right here, you can see it flip to the upside, but we went down quite a bit more. All right. So it just basically means be on the lookout for any potential longs. And that one was right here. All right. And you can see very healthy bounce. It crossed to the downside right here. So it says be on the lookout for any potential shorts. So when I saw that bearish ABC, I took it. So right now we're just kind of waiting for the next long position. Like I said, I'm looking for this one in particular. Downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. All right, as soon as we can put in a lower low, we're all good to go. Hey, Kite, what would you tell people who say that trading is glorified gambling? They're absolutely correct, like to a T. Now, here's the thing. You can approach trading very differently. All right. One person might approach trading from a purely fundamental and feeling side of things. They go, I know Bitcoin is a good asset. The dollar sucks. So they just continuously long it, even in downtrends. All right. Eventually they're going to be right because, you know, even a broken clock is right twice a day, and they hit that long and maybe they'll make some money. I've definitely done that in the past as well. I probably still do it and I don't even recognize it. But you have other people that are approaching it from very strong mathematical states where they're focusing on probability and statistics and just going with the flow. And if you're a hedge trader, you really don't care which way it goes, up or down. You're not worried about if the asset is, you know, long-term bullish, long-term short, whatever it might be. You're just simply playing what's there. And if it works out, awesome. And using good risk management to back it up. And that's the thing. You know, it is so easy to fall into traps of trading that turn it from probability and statistics and, you know, consistency to glorified gambling, where maybe you're on a miraculous winning streak. You know, your trading system is working out to a T and you feel like a god. And that means you're going to start risking way more than you should. And you're going to get intoxicated with greed and the money that's coming into your account. And you're going to do some dumb things. I've done it before. I've recently done it before. All right. So don't think that just because I've been in the market long enough means I'm susceptible. I'm, you know, not susceptible to it. I'm still human. I try my best. And sometimes the difference is I can catch myself a lot earlier and reset and clear my mind and say, I screwed up. Let's retry this the right way. A lot of people will not. They will continue until they've burned every single dollar they have, and then they'll cry, bitch, and moan that it was somebody else's fault. I knew the second that I screwed up that account, it was my fault. And I took responsibility, I reset the account, and I proceeded forward. You got to be willing to do that. And sometimes you're not in a winning streak. You're in a decimating, uncontrollable losing streak, which both sides you can do the same exact thing, which is increase your risk. Because, you know, let's say you've lost $500 of a $1,000 portfolio and you want to make back that $500 as quick as possible. Do you think the person who's doing that is going to reduce their risk according to what their current account size is or what their current account size was? What I mean by that is, let's say that you're using 2% risk at $1,000. That's $20. All right. And if your account drops to $500, that same 2% should be $10. But some people will continue to use 20, maybe even bump it up to 30 or 40, trying to make that money back as quick as possible when they should be using the same consistent 2%. Same thing goes if your account's growing. If you have decided that 2% is going to be the amount that I'm going to use as risk, and your account is growing, but you're too scared to raise your risk, meaning, you know, not your percentage, but the dollars involved to match the percentage, you're also not doing the right thing. All right. Now, there is a point in time where you should reduce your risk, because if I have $5,000 and I'm using 2% risk, which is, $100? Yep. $100. And my account grows to $50,000. That same 2% is now $1,000. So if I hit a 10 restored ratio with the previous account, I'm going to make, you know, $1,000. If I hit a 10 restored ratio with the new account, I'm going to make $10,000. All right. So I'm making substantially more money, but also I could lose substantially more money. So you could reduce your risk at that point because you're still going to be making thousands of dollars more and your account is going to be safer. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't reduce your risk as your account grows, but there needs to be a set place and time that's quite far from where your account's literally at. It's not just like, you know, you make a winning trade and now you reduce your risk by half. Don't do that. It's a very finicky game. All right? Gotta be very careful with it. Do we need to create sub-accounts and Bybit to long and short the same coin? It depends if you're using inverse perpetual or USDT. If you're using USDT, no. You can have a long and a short open at the same exact time. No problem. Now, you can't open two longs. So, like, if I open a long and I'm already in a long, it's going to combine the two entries to the average, which can screw you. All right, because you can combine and average it out to add more to your position, which will raise your entry, but you can't reverse that. You can't just sell off the same exact amount that you added on and it goes back to the original entry. It will stay at the new entry no matter what, which I don't know if I necessarily agree with, but that's how it works. So be very, very careful with that. So when I took this long position and then I took another long right here, I didn't just, double the margin. All right, because that would move my entry up way too far. I was using 0.9 BTC as my quantity, my margin. Well, not my margin, but my margin after leverage. So when I took that long and added to the position, I only added 0.09, only 10% more, just giving me a little bit of extra profit off of our already good setup, and then, made a little bit more without moving my entry up way too far. The music that's playing right now, this is Carbon-Based Life Forms on Spotify. What's going on, brother? On BTC while in this bear market, how could you chart out 1, 2, 3 Elliott Wave? Like I said, I don't necessarily do Elliott Wave all too much anymore. But if I were to guess, all right, this is our 1 and this is our 2, all right, also known as our A and our B, and we're going into a C, which I think conveniently the target should be around a little bit past 46,000. And it's looking for about 48,000. Like I said, I think 46 to 48 would probably be respectable, so somewhere around there. Are you looking for C to drop below the A to complete the pattern? Yes. I don't think we're done dumping quite yet. Like I said, if we do happen to come back above 42,300, I might take a hedge long just to be safe. But and then on the index chart, it's 42,369. So somewhere in that region, I might take a hedge long. But as of right now, I'm still looking for a lower low. I don't think they changed back their policy, but I'm just doing it. See you, David. Thanks for stopping by, man. Kite, wait, you don't use ABC no more? What are you talking about? Of course I do. What do you mean? That's pretty much all the trades that have been taken. We took this ABC right here. We took this ABC right here. We took this ABC right here. It's been an absolute ABC fest at the moment. I did not catch this one right here though, unfortunately. Have you checked the moon phases recently? No, I have not. I have everything on default for the MACD leader. Everything on default except for show MACD. Any reason why you don't use Elliott Wave? So, just like the RSI, all right, it's not because I don't think Elliott Wave is not profitable. All right, the reason being is Elliott Wave tends to make people think that they need a certain price target. All right, they are always expecting a certain level, and sometimes they miss perfect trades because they want things to work out too perfectly. All right. All I've done is taken Elliott Wave, removed all the hoopla of the fibs and everything like that. All right, I still use the 0.441 just because it's consistent. All right. But when you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure, typically what you're going to see is 1, 2, and 3 are within the uptrend, and then 4 will break the uptrend, and then 5 will retest the uptrend. So all you're really left with actually is 3 trends. One big uptrend, a downtrend, and an uptrend. So I'm just taking the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and shortening it to an ABC. That's all I'm doing. And instead of focusing on this price needs to be hit, I'm just simply going with the invalidations or the validations actually. So if I have a downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, instead of trying to catch along at the 1.6, 1.618 of the downtrend, I'm just taking along where I know that there's a high possibility that that third wave is over and we can proceed from there. You tripled your account with ABC? Nice, man. That's what's up. I've mostly been trading BTC over the past couple of days. But like I said, if Sushi does happen to put in a lower low, I definitely will be taking that trade. I don't really have a target for where Sushi will go, but I am fairly confident in it. Being that it's switched hands recently and it seems to be in better hands. So it might do a little bit better. And if we do happen to go put in a new all-time high on BTC, I'm sure Sushi will be somewhere around the $15 range at least. So it definitely could be good. And then someone wanted ETH. ETH looking a little bit nasty. Definitely ETH. I mean, besides this last long position right here, which was pretty fantastic, it hasn't been looking too hot. Like, you didn't have an ABC top right here to get you out of the position, but you did have an ABC bottom to let you get, a little bit of profit on that long. And then you could have caught this ABC short right here and still been sitting in it. But at the moment, all we have to work off of is if it does happen to put in a lower low here, we do have an ABC, which can be taken. And then off of the macro, you can see the macro has an ABC as well. All right. You can see right here, we have downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. So this is the macro level line that we need to get above, and you can see that's where the major resistance was. All right, so right now, the market put in this new low, came back up to retest this level, and it got rejected. That doesn't necessarily make us like super bearish. All it simply means is that the market wanted to see if it could get back to that level. Now it wants to see if it can go retest to the downside, and if the downside can hold, we can have enough force to push through that. And there should be a nice breakout past that level. So for Ethereum, this is definitely a level that I would be looking to long for me personally if I was going to get into it. Now I don't want to jinx it too bad, all right? But today's Monday, all right? So I'm going to try to stick to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule going forward. All right. I've gotten pretty much everything figured out. I got my car all nice and squared away. I've got my sister's stuff handled. Everything's good as of right now. So I took my car to Goodyear to get the tires replaced, and they absolutely botched it. Like, the tires were fantastic. Like, right after I got out of the shop, I could immediately tell a positive difference, but they closed at 6 and they told me to come in at 5, and I didn't get out until like 7. So I felt like they rushed because they were trying to get home. And after about 2 or 3 days, like, the wheels were like crazy out of balance. Like, my wheel was like shimmying back and forth at like higher speeds. So I took it back to the dealership, and they were like, yeah, they screwed up bad. They were like, it was off by 20 grams on every single wheel. So I just got it fixed, and it rides like a dream again. Because I switched from run flat tires to non-run flat tires, which definitely helped a lot. Do you still believe taking longs and shorts off of local highs and local lows? Yeah, I do. So, I mean, not necessarily in the same way as I would have before, but you can say it like this, all right? If we have a break of trend, that creates a local high or a local low. So right here we have a downtrend that broke into an uptrend. So that creates a local low off of this level. So by putting in a new lower low and then coming back above it, I'm, in respect, taking a long off of a local low. I just needed to dump just a little bit. I'm very, very excited for like the next 2 to 3 months. Like, it's such a weird market. Like, I have to admit, like, this is kind of unprecedented. Now, it's kind of idiotic for me to say that, because if you look at where we came from, this entire thing was a macro Adam and Eve. So it makes sense that this is kind of like a prolonged breakout, but it's just so weird. Usually the crypto market is a lot more like, I don't know, just set in stone once it picks a direction. It's very weird. I mean, it's good. It's good weird. It's the first time in forever that, you know, we've been able to take advantage of price action like this, but Jesus Christ. It leaves a lot up to imagination on how this is going to work itself out. Okay, can you please tell your current R&R setup and calculator? So let's see. This is pretty much what I've been using right now. So on BTC, I've been using a 0.3% stop loss, and I'm not using 150. I've been using, let's see, 7%. Yeah, about 7%. I've been keeping it around the 2% mark in terms of portfolio at risk. So you can see margin size 1,500, margin size a little bit less, but that's because my account wasn't worth 5K when I first took this trade. It was $1,600 less. Why do I use the isolated margin? It's just what I'm used to. That's all. Because I think Cross has the ability to actually dip into your main portfolio. Like it has the ability to go into the assets, not just what you have as margin. And you don't want that. That's a no-no. Anybody that has this auto margin replacement checked, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Do you think we have a reversal soon? I think so. Like I said, I think we're going to put in a lower low than 41.8, but show money flow? What are you talking about? I don't have money flow. If you're talking about Market Cipher, I don't use Market Cipher anymore. I don't have a subscription. No, I'm not going to be on here too terribly long because I do plan on watching Peacemaker with my sister tonight. And there's 3 episodes to watch, so FTM. There's not a lot I can say about that. Hopefully you caught that short right there. That was a pretty gnarly short. In terms of, I mean, you can try to time it using BTC because you really don't have anything to tell you to get into a long except for this level right here, $2.96. All right, that was your last possible ABC. All right, but I mean, once BTC puts in a lower low and then comes back above, you can use that to get into FTM at the same exact time. I'm not guaranteeing that will work, but that's maybe something I would do if you're too low from that entry. Why did you stop using Market Cipher? You used to talk about it pretty highly of it. I was a newer trader when I was using Market Cipher. Now, just like anything that I do, I wanted to take my experience with something and try to help people that are just getting into that thing. So when I started to learn more about Market Cipher and found ways to make it work, I tried my best to pass that along. Now, in terms of growing up and becoming a better trader, I'm not saying that Market Cipher is a bad indicator. All right, you can take any strategy and you can make it work. But in terms of something that I could consistently rely on, Market Cipher added way too much room for interpretation on how did I feel. based off of this and this and that and this and that. There was 1,000 different indicators telling me 1,000 different things. With ABCs, we are either above or we are below that A. And that determines whether or not I am long or if I'm short. Doesn't matter what I feel. It matters what the chart shows me. And that was the biggest difference in profit for me personally. All right, so like I said, if you can find a way to make sure that market cipher is an if this then that statement, you can have a successful time trading. But for me personally, market cipher was not able to give me that. The VWAP was a good start, but it was not good enough. Do you not think we're going to go up to 57K for the B and then back down below 29K to complete the C? It's not that I don't think that. It's just I'm going with the flow. At the moment with an ABC this large, we can't assume that this is just going to be an A. All right. Like I said, I'm looking for 54,000 as a possible place to hedge short for that type of position going all the way back down to 29K. But I'm kind of leaning more on the side that we go in to put a new all-time high in, or maybe at least a head and shoulders off of the last local high besides the all-time high that we just put in. Do you place your entries before price makes a lower low? No. All right, once we get below that level, then I can go ahead and set in the conditional. How low do you think BTC will go? I'm suspecting the lowest it will go is about 41,300, but it could just be a very, very slight wick past 41.7 and then come back up. Who knows? I don't personally think it will go lower than 40,548, but that's just my personal opinion. It could. It very, very well could. Now, if you guys want to make some real money, don't follow people on YouTube like me. All you got to do is find a Nancy Pelosi portfolio tracker and then wait for her to buy something, and then you buy it. All right, Nancy Pelosi got the hookup. She bought Roblox, and Roblox did fantastic. I kid. Actually, no, I don't. I don't kid. If you can find a Nancy Pelosi portfolio tracker, keep your eyes on it. How do you manage high leverage? What do you mean? There's not a whole lot to manage. Dump it. Where can we find that, Nancy? I forgot. I just Googled Nancy Pelosi portfolio tracker. I just looked at some of the buys she made and when she bought them. So like I said, when I pointed out the MACDL, I was using sushi. All right. Like I said, anytime that you have, like right now, all right, on the 15-minute time frame, sushi is crossed to the upside. All right, so that does mean that if we see an ABC structure that isn't a long, we should be taking it. Right here, sushi crossed to the upside. It didn't find a bottom until kind of a little bit after, came up a little bit. Right here, crossed to the downside. It's definitely been a little bit out of whack compared to what it was off this downtrend when I started using it. Like I said, I'm not using this like pinpoint. This is not all that I'm making my trades off of. ABC always comes first, but this does kind of give me an inkling at what price action might want to do. It's like right here, cross to the downside. That would have been a perfect entry. Right here, cross to the upside. Would have been a perfect entry. I mean, there's not much to say. It's just a simple crossing indicator to kind of give you an inkling on what price action might want to do. It doesn't mean that the downtrend's going to stop or the uptrend's going to stop. It just means that it's trying to. All right, so the 1 hour has been crossed to the upside ever since $6.65, but now all the way down at $6.36. Right? It just means that it's starting to make a bottom. Doesn't mean that it's quite just there. That means you need to be on the lookout for ABC positions. Is my chart broken? Hold on. It was broken the entire time. A farce, I tell you. It was stuck at like 42,000 the entire time. I was wondering. It had me confused. Come on, just dump a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Now on the index chart, we already have a lower low. So it's kind of weird. So you got a limit open. Are you adding more to the trade there? No, that's my limit close. All right, so that's a limit long, and I'm in a limit short. So if we get down to that level, it just cancels this one out. I gotta have this at the ready. I still think we're gonna dump lower, but with the index chart putting in that lower low, it's a hard spot to be in. How much did I start trading with? For this account, we started trading with 1,000, wrecked the account, and so basically I started with 1,600, and now we are sitting at 5,047. And it's only been like 2 weeks since I refilled the account. I have a really bad habit of like pulling my beard when I'm in intense situations or just when I'm like chillaxing. It's a habit I need to break. There I go again. Should you not be using inverse perpetual when expecting higher prices? Yeah, I mean, there is a definite argument for that. Obviously it would be maximizing profit, but at the same time, it does have its disadvantages. One, you're not able to hedge trade as easily. You would have to have sub accounts, which, it's not that difficult, but it does hinder you a little bit and cause it to be a little bit less. Your latency for trades is quite terrible. And as well as that, you're just not afraid of the downside as much. It's like if you have a nice long and you took profit on it and then price comes down and you weren't able to grab a short by circumstance, you're not stressing out trying to get into a short at a place that you might not necessarily should. So, I mean, there's just a lot more advantages to USDT than, oh, I want to make more money. So that's why I choose to use it. No, I mean, like I said, it's up to you. I don't think it's a bad thing if you use inverse perpetual. I just think for me personally, it just allows me to be a little bit more disciplined and take my time and hedge trade. And like I said, overall, I think it's just a better thing. Now, like, you might have the opinion that USDT is an absolute sham, and I totally get that. My opinion is like, I think it might be too, but at the same time, it's a sham that has lasted through many, many bear markets. So if they are a sham, they're a pretty good one, and they're not going to disappear anytime soon. Just my personal opinion. I could be wrong. Could disappear tomorrow. Who knows? Now we lose $5,000. Dump it. How do you identify if it's a valid ABC to long or short? Is there an uptrend? Is there a downtrend? Is there an uptrend? Or vice versa? Is there an ABC? I mean, there is no, other answer besides that. Is there an ABC? So like right here. Downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. That's an ABC. All right, right here. Uptrend, downtrend, uptrend. All right. That's the short that I'm sitting in right now. That's how you know if it's valid. I mean, there's nothing else. The sun's getting real low. Bitcoin, just die. Come on, you just need to dump $100 more. Don't do this to me. All right, but regardless, I will set up this this conditional. That is 41,757. Now, if we come back up to 54, that's a nice bit of profit right there. That's some good profit. All right, so it triggered the long. It could have just been a retest, but I can't take that chance. So I was going to be the one person that's like, why would you do that? All right, it's better safe than sorry. So if I get stopped out of this one, I'll lose like $136. Here's what I'm gonna try to do. We'll go down a little bit lower. That way, if it comes back up, just okay, never mind. What I was trying to do was, since we were so close to the stop loss, if it did come back up just a little bit, it would have limited me out of the trade instead of marketing me out of the trade, which either or is how it goes. All right, now we set this back up. The post only option just means that if you accidentally set up a trade that will market, so like if I tried to limit long at a price that was above what I'm currently in, or what the price is currently at, it will just automatically put me in as a market trade. The post only option makes sure that if you do not have a limit trade set up, it will just cancel it. Just a little bit lower. Come on, dude. It's teasing me. Because once I have this short out of the way, I have nothing else to worry about except for that long. Naughty, naughty, you're teasing me. In the past, you would take a long at the A. This one, you're using a local low from the previous candle. No, that was my A. What do you mean? The place that I just longed from is my A. Right here. A, B, C. Now on the Bybit charts, it's slightly different, so that's why I went long a little bit earlier than the index chart, but nonetheless. Why not take profit? It's already so close. You're right, but at the same time, as long as we're below that A, it can always go further. And besides this level of the A, the next major support line would be like 41,300. So I mean, I'm not asking for too much for 41,500. And if anything, if we do get into the long, since my account is worth substantially more than when I took the short, I'm using $50 more risk on the long. So if I do have to take profit on the short, on it coming back up, I'm not going to lose out on too much of that profit. What's your average R&R on the scalps, and do you take profit? I don't. So lately, I haven't been taking profit at the 0.441 except for a couple trades. I've been mostly looking for the extensions lately. And then looking for an opposing ABC to either hedge or take short, take profit on my current trade. Can you hurry up, Bitcoin? I have to go to the bathroom. Like, technically, like, I can just leave it alone and let it do its thing. I got the conditional long open. I got my limit close open, but I'm antsy right now. Now, like I said, if we do happen to come pretty decently far past this A, I probably will be on the 5-minute, 1-minute time frames looking for an ABC to take past that point to play into the larger long. Depends on how far we come down, though. Are you still journaling your trades? No. I take too many trades to the point where, like, I lose interest on writing them down every single time. Well, not writing them down, but logging them. I think for the next challenge portfolio, I probably will just start a new Bybit account. That way the P&L is wiped clean. So that way I can just look at that instead of having to see when I restarted. When would I take profit on my short if it started pumping? Probably a good ways into this. Probably somewhere around like 42,000. Just so we're a decent ways away from that A. Come on, Bulls. Just give it up. Retreat. Recollect your troops at the next support level. You got this. You son of a bitch. But this could be forming an ABC to maybe get an entry on. Who knows? A little bit of this. Hey, Kite, did you ever do the 100 to 1 million? We didn't get to 1 million. We got to 100,000. And I ended up giving away $5,000 of it. And depending on how far we take this portfolio, I mean, I'll do another giveaway. How could you do this? So close. And I still feel like it's going to come down. And what's another person goes, Austin, why would you enter long if you think that it's still going to come down and hit your limit profit? Because I have to. I have to follow the rules. Right? Because what if it doesn't? And I'm just left in the dust. I can't take that chance. Not with this long. This long is probably the most important trade for like the next couple months. All right. This little itty bitty long combined with the macro ABC is probably one of the most important trades to be taken for the next couple months. Hands down. What is the most you ever grown an account? Definitely $100 to $100,000 is the most I've ever grown an account, percentage wise. And what sucks about it was too easy. There was absolutely no struggle involved. It happened in a span of like 2 months. All you had to do was compound your portfolio, take the breakout trades, ride the bull market up. That's all it was. That's literally all it was. And I was using inverse perpetual as well. So, I mean, once I got to like $30,000 and we went up another 100%, combine that with the leverage trades, it was ridiculous. Absolutely retarded profit. Don't cancel me. All right. I'm not calling a person retarded. I'm calling the profit retarded. Don't cancel. You kidding me? I was Market Cypher's golden boy. Cryptoface would brag. He was like, look at this 19-year-old kid making all this money with Market Cypher. I was like their golden boy. But not anymore. Now they just took my idea and then... yeah. Because I don't think Market Cypher made me a better trader. I've been over this 1,000 times, and I know you're probably new and just curious, but Market Cypher, it just gives you too much room for interpretation. if you do not have a 1 + 1 = 2 type of mentality, you are going to get your shit rocked by the market. He took my calculator. I literally sat, like, while I was doing it, I knew this was probably going to happen, but I didn't think they were going to charge people for it. Because, like, I want people to be able to succeed. So when Flop and Groper approached me about the risk reward calculator and how to use it, I gave him the link for it. And I taught him how to use it. And I said, this is why it's a good idea to have. And I was like, please give this to everybody in your community. But instead, they did what they do best. Like I said, they are the Apple of trading. They take other technologies, other people's ideas, they repackage it, make it look a little bit better, and then they give it to people for a price. So the risk reward calculator, the only thing they added different was the ability to calculate the market fees into it, which is a good idea. That definitely was an improvement. But I feel like it's something that should be free. It's not something that you should have to have a subscription to be able to access, because that can completely change the dynamic of someone's trading style if they can find out exactly what to risk and how much leverage to use. It changes the whole game. I know it did for me. Yeah, I haven't messed with any meme coins in quite a while. All right, let's see if we can get out of this before it's too late. All right, cool. That just saved us like $40 just by limiting. I didn't stop taking profit at the 0.441. It's only for certain trades. So lately what I've been doing is trying to find an ABC at the bottom of a B and then trying to work it all the way to the end of the C. Just trying to maximize profit. Like, if you can find me one person that is using a lagging indicator that was able to get this entry right here, then we can talk. But the only reason why I was able to get a trade like this was because I have a system and I'm watching price structure. That is it. All right. This trade was not made using the MACDL. This trade was not using market cipher. This trade was not made using anything else besides candlesticks. All right. When you can find me a person that made this type of trade, or the one that I got up here off of this top, by using an indicator, all right, then we can talk. Like I said, indicators aren't bad, but they should not be the one and only thing you're basing whether or not you should be long or short off of. Come on, one more dump. I swear to goodness me. All right, you got rejected. Come back down, form a tiny ABC right here. Come on, you can do it. Hit my limit, take profit, and we can be friends again, Mr. Bulls. We can be friends. Do I teach my system? Yeah, through the live streams. I used to do one-on-one sessions, but there's just too many people that want it. So that would force me to do one of two things. Either one, make a course, which I feel like I don't want to be associated with. Because the one thing that I don't want to happen is for me to look like every other trading channel that is trying to soak profit from the people viewing it. And there's people that I like that have trading courses. You know, Filicone, I think that's a pretty good course. I think Crown Crypto has a course. I would assume his is good too. It's just, I don't like that. That's all. So the one-on-ones were kind of like my way around it, where like I felt like I was still putting time and effort into somebody, and instead of doing a one-size-fits-all course, I was sitting down with a person, learning their personality, and kind of tweaking how I would phrase things to fit them. But eventually, there was just too many people asking for it, to the point where like it was like a 10-hour job every single day doing these one-on-ones. So I eventually had to cancel them. So that, like I said, would only leave me with two options. Either one, raise the price so that it would limit the amount of people that were able to get into it, which I find scummy. And two, the course. So, I mean, the only thing I'm left with is live streams. People, they want like, these short tutorials, and when I can or where I feel it's appropriate, I do it. But the live streams, they offer so much more. Like, how do I handle a high stress situation when a take profit is so close, but yet so far? It allows you to get a better insight on my mentality and how I plan things out ahead of time, and how like I can kind of mentally see the market. It's a better situation for everybody. And I know like a lot of people don't like them because they're too long, and they're like, one thing that I probably should get better at is maybe rewatching the live streams and timestamping specific points. I know that, but I'm also a lazy piece of shit who's still trying to work on himself a lot. So, I mean, I'm trying my best out here. I'm 22. I ain't got my life figured out quite yet, but, we try. We try our best. I have lost a good bit of pounds lately, though. Just, eating a little bit better, going to the gym. think I might. I don't know. No, I think I'll just leave it where it is. It looks like what's going to happen is this is forming an ABC right here. And it's going to wick me in. And then it's going to form a C wave coming back down. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I want to put it at 41,840 to match the index chart. I got to turn off this air conditioner. I'm cold as hell right now. I'll be right back. My sister asked to use my car, but she never came and got the key. So I'll be right back. Where's my Rolls Royce sofa? It's still in the process of being delivered. I don't think it's due to be delivered until pretty much exactly 1 month from now. I ordered it on November 10th, and it won't be here for another month. Which is my fault because I wasn't listening. And like my sister was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" I was like, yeah, let's just do it. I thought she was talking about the price. I was like, yeah, it's no problem. And now she was talking about the fact that they said it wouldn't be delivered until February. Yeah, no, I can't leave the room for more than 2 minutes without him going crazy. Thank you, Donimus. Appreciate it, man. Come on. Are you joking right now? Come Bitcoin, if you were a physical entity, I would be punching you right now. I would haymaker you. I'm fuming. I swear to goodness me. I'm gonna punch you. Just go! Oh my God. I'm a professional. I do professional shit. Oh my God. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Oh, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna kill somebody. I know for a fact that once I close this trade, it is going to go exactly where I want it to go. Without a doubt. I'm not doing it. I'm stubborn and I will get what I want if it's the last thing I do. I'm calling the market makers. I'm calling them. I actually got the Winklevoss twins on speed dial. Hello? Yeah, this is bullshit. You know what you're doing. And stop it. It's not funny. Nope, it never was. You know what? Nope. I'm not doing it. I'll see you at the bar mitzvah. All right. We'll see if that worked. This is the most irritating thing. The amount of times that this has happened is ridiculous. It's like there's a global plot for my chart in particular. But with us putting that ABC, I will move this back down though. Does it really matter if you lose $100 of profit in your plan profit? No, but it's just the principle. It's just the principle that it was $10 away. I can't let the market makers win. I can't let them. We think Tony's dead because there was a dead raccoon one street over, and only one raccoon is showing up every night now. There was two. It was Tony and Jeanette. Now we can't tell which one is left. We think it's Jeanette because Jeanette was more gentle. Tony was a little more aggressive. What's going on, Ryan? What's up? I'm getting gypped. That's what's up. I've been in a short ever since 43,692 all the way up here. And all I wanted was a take profit price of 41,532. And it was $10 away. $10. Well, $20, I guess. God. I'm going to get me a Bitcoin blow up doll so I can beat the shit out of it. I really screwed that one up. That is disgusting. Or maybe it's just the flavor. That is atrocious. Nah, I don't use Bollinger Bands. Nah, I don't trade NFTs out of respect for my horse Pudge. Rest in peace. He is lost forever. I just don't. NFTs kind of shitty to me. I don't like them. I don't think anybody wins. Like the only stories you hear are one, what they're being sold for, which can be misconstrued in like it could just be a wash trade. Or two, you just have like these news articles of like these outliers. But I would say like 99% of people that buy NFTs hoping to flip them get screwed. And just like the fact that they're procedurally generated pieces of shit, like people go like, what about Pokemon cards? Like those are just like, that's just artwork. Why would it be worth so much money and not my Bored Ape NFT? One, because Pokemon has a history. It's been around for 25 years. It's a show, it's a manga, it's a trading card game, it's got nostalgia. That's why it's worth that much money. All right, other than that, everything else is just hype. The only NFTs I think would be worth anything is like one of a kind artworks by like Banksy or musical masters or fucking concert ticket NFTs for all I care. Just one of a kind things that can be used. That's all. Like Zed Run, I don't think is like the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it was cool. You know, I could buy a digital horse and race that digital horse for money. I thought it was a pretty cool idea. Now, like a lot of these NFT games that are coming out, they're going to be NFT first, video game second, and they're going to fail. The only people that will succeed with NFTs are people that are trying to make a legitimately good game and then have NFTs as a secondary feature. until like Elon Musk is like a year away from finally perfecting Neuralink, do I think NFTs will actually have any use case? Like I said, musical masters and stuff like that, digital downloads that should only be one makes sense. But like once Neuralink can hijack your sensorial system and put you in a true virtual environment, that is when we need digital products. NFT cars, NFT homes, NFT this, NFT that. So that's when it makes sense. But until then, no, it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. Like I said, I'll close the short around like 42 if we get up there. Fish, give me a moment. All right. I guess we're marketing out of it. God damn it. Sucks to suck. All right, well, that's it, guys. I'll see you at 54K. Ugh! All right. I got to look this up off screen. I'm going to order a Bitcoin body pillow and burn it. I found one. It's $16.39 with shipping off of Ziesel from Sweden, because my VPN is from Sweden. All right. Ordering this, and I'm going to punch it and burn it. I swear to God, if we dump again and we come back to exactly where I wanted to take profit, I'm going to have some choice words. I'm going to have some choice words with these market makers. I can't believe they just did that to us. But, hey, you win some, you lose some. I mean, we definitely won that one. Came out with $1,400 profit. Not too shabby. Already in $423 profit on the long. It is what it is. God damn. And hey, I mean, already with the target being 46,000, that'll be about $5,000 profit. Like I said, I do think 54K is like the macro target. So that's almost $14,000 profit. Yeesh. That's a lot of big cheddar. I don't know why I said that. Someone stop this kid. I mean, hey, we have absolutely, utterly decimated the market with like the past 4 to 5 trades. Like I said, I missed this easy one. That was an easy long, but I caught the short. I caught the long from there. I caught this short. Oh, we reckon them. And now, easy pickings. Like I said, I mean, obviously that's a completed ABC structure, but we could have one more test to the downside. But with that being said, I mean, as long as this sticks, as long as we're above that $41,778 level, we are good to go. All the way up to 54K. It's going to be a wild ride. What's your take profit on your long? I'm going to be holding this until 54K. Like I said, even at 54K, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. If there is an ABC top around 54K, like leading up to it, I'll definitely be shorting it because that could definitely be, you know, the next major top before a move to the downside. But I'm pretty confident on a new all-time high coming off of this gigantic ABC. I mean, this is one of the biggest ABCs that we have had in a very, very long time. I mean, shit, we were able to put in a new all-time high just off of this ABC. I mean, look how massive this one is compared to this one. This one only lasted about 21 days. This ABC is triple that. So, I mean, we'll see. Only thing to watch out for short term would be a short from like 44,468. That could be something to definitely be aware of. But we'll see, because I mean, that could be a temporary top, and like we could be forming a bigger structure, kind of like what we just did. So instead of, you know, uptrend, let me make this a little bit more easily seen. Instead of uptrend and then downtrend, and then we just sky launch, we could be doing one of these uptrend, and then I don't have my lock on. There we go. And then that, and then finally go to the top. But we'll just have to wait and see. What about Sushi? Did Sushi put in a lower low? Nah, it didn't. We did come back above that A right there. I'll definitely be shorting a lot of major ABCs on the way up to 54K. You got to hedge like positions like this, because this is definitely not set in stone yet. What time frame am I working on for the 54K target? Macros. 2 hour, 4 hour. You can see that right here. We got A, B, C. We finally getting the bounce. I mean, it looks like it. Oh, big old bounce. Like I said, you know, that's why we had to take that long there. Despite me wanting to go lower, you have to. There's no way around it. Because if I did not take that long, I would be SOL right now. I mean, we could still come down. You know, this could just be an A. This could be a B. And we come down one more time. But we'll see. If you're in a spot position, you in no way, shape, or form should be stressing out about it coming back down that tiny bit. All right. Me, I have a 0.3% stop loss on 33x leverage. I think if we come back down, I have to pay attention. If you're on spot, you're sitting pretty. Just chillax. You should have like a 5% stop loss on spot. It wasn't greed. It was just me playing the odds. There's very few times where we have a very tiny wick past an A. So I was just thinking, being greedy would me be trying to like take profit at 40,800. The point that I had it at was just past the A. And as long as we were below that A, the probability was on my side. So I played it as such. And greed would also be me not taking the long positions because, you know, I got stopped out 2 times right there, which cost me probably about $300 almost. So me being greedy would have been me not taking the long positions and just trying to go even lower. But no, I took the long positions. I took profit once it was pretty much past its point. In an hour basis, when do you get in and get out? I don't. So you said beginning of the hour or middle? No, I don't. You don't play charts like that. You don't just get in at the beginning of the hour and get out at the beginning, end of the hour. It's based off of price structure and what piece of structure you're playing. It could take more than an hour to work itself out. It could take more than a day. It could take more than a week. You just gotta be patient. Africa, have a good sleep, man. Well, it's because I was trying to limit out of the trade. I could have easily just hit the market button, but it would have cost me like $60. So by limiting out of it, it would have saved me $60 plus, would have made a little bit more. And guys, I think I'm not on my main account right now. All right, $60 is a good chunk of change. You know, that's a little bit more than 1% of my account. So, I mean, that could potentially be an extra stop in the future. But CJ Walker, I mean, it is, and I don't deny that. But, I mean, you can kind of work around it with, you know, there's been plenty of times where I've been off of mobile. Just trade the larger setups. You know, don't worry about the smaller time frames. And just increase your stop losses. You're going to be giving up profit, but you're going to have a much easier time. Instead of using a 0.3% stop loss, use a 2%. And just trade the large swings. How come do you use such big margin? Isn't that too much risk? No, because my stop loss is small. So my risk right now is about $147. 145. 145 at $5,000, which I know I'm not technically at $5,000, but I'm just rounding out. We're like right there. $1,500, 10% is 3% risk. And I'm being extra risky, most definitely. But this is one of the trades that can set an account tremendously in profit. Because even if we just get up to 54K, like I said, I do believe we can put in an all-time high, but 54K would put my account pretty much at like almost 20 grand. And at that point, I can use 1% and still be making crazy amounts of money. Because 1% at $20,000 is $200, even more than the 3% risk I'm using right now. So, I mean, when your account's small, if you're doing it right, you can be extra risky. It's just once your account actually gets some substantial size, you should definitely reduce that. Bradish, good night, buddy. I appreciate you. I haven't checked the liquidation rate. Give me a moment. Give me 1 second. My dog's being needy. You're being too greedy or thinking about best case scenario. Take some profit or set a TP to secure the win. I don't think so. Like I said, I mean, I'll take short hedges on the way up because nothing's set in stone. I'm not just taking this long and hoping for the best. And as well as that, it's the most plausible. It's not just the best case scenario. It's the most probable case scenario at this point. All right, as long as we're above the A, the 0.441, even the 0.382, is the most probable. So it's not just hopium. All right, if we dump back below the A, and I'm still saying, it's going to go up, that's when it's not the best case scenario. No, I'm still talking about the 54K mark. Like I said, I personally think that this ABC could lead to a new all-time high, but in terms of what I'm counting on, I'm only counting on 54K. What's the minimum market cap for a coin for you to trade it? I don't think there's a minimum market cap. It just needs to have a long price history that shows that it responds well to my system. As well as that, like just coins that just popped up that have no real use case. Like sushi, it's an altcoin that I'm willing to trade. Right, because it has a use case. It's an exchange. That's pretty much it. It's just got to have a history, or at least some sort of understandable price action. I will have to be hopping off here pretty soon, guys. We took profit on our short. We're in the long. Like I said, this is one of the most important longs. We could still dump down a little bit, and this would be the same old entry. Like I said, if we do come back down to like the $40,800 region, I will be on the smaller time frames looking for a better setup. But until then, no, this is it. We have not only created a 1-2 structure with a completed correction, but this is just the beginning. I mean, the 12-hour has been crossed to the upside for quite a while. So, I mean, it's ready to pop. What's the best way to transfer money to Bybit? I would say EOS. It's fast, simple. Is this a short of a long? Do you mean a short or a long? I'm in a long right now. Can you explain the extra risky part of using a small account? So, obviously, small accounts suck. They absolutely tremendously suck. All right, because one, obviously, if you have a small account, you're probably just starting with trading. Now, if you're just starting with trading, the same thing does not apply to you. All right, I've been trading for a very long time, and I've done a lot of these small accounts. All right, and I've wrecked a bunch of them. But if you're trying to build a portfolio, you have to be risky. All right, and that's why I said when I first started this portfolio, there's a couple people that I felt like were using the same exact risk and the same exact amount that I started with, who could not afford to do so. It's not me trying to be all high and mighty going, oh, I have more money than you. But if I wreck this account, I can refill it plenty of times. Right? If you cannot do the same thing, you should not be doing the same thing. You have to be willing to restart. Because sometimes the market's just not appropriate. And it just screws you. But obviously, if you want to make it a portfolio for trading, and you're just starting with, $1,000, $2,000, you got to use 3 to 5% risk in order to build the portfolio as fast as possible. Well, not as fast as possible, but make the most out of the price action that you're given. That way you can get your account to 10, 20, 30,000, so you can substantially reduce your risk, kind of lock in your portfolio at the time, and then proceed from there, gradually. Because once the account gets to $20,000, $30,000, I'm not going to be using 3% risk. I'll be using 1% risk. And as the account grows even more, 0.5% risk. As the account grows even more, 0.25% risk. Because once you have $100,000, 0.25%, that's $250. Meaning with a $100,000 account, I could be using like 10 times less risk, but still make more than I am right now using 3% of my portfolio. All right, that's why the rich get richer. It's not because they just have more money. It's because they have more money, they don't have to be as risky with the money they have in order to make certain percentages. Someone that has $1 million can make in one trade the same amount as someone that just worked 8 hours a day for 364 days. Because it's a very small percentage of their portfolio. And if they lose it, they don't care. I don't know if I screwed up when I opened these, but they taste disgusting. Jesus Christ. You 5x'd using ABC? That's what's up, man. How can we use the risk reward calculator? It's in the description of this video. You just go to risk reward ratio risk-reward-calc. Now, I didn't make this website. Someone else made it for me. But you just pop in your portfolio size, and you're trying to get this level, portfolio at risk. I would say if you're just starting with trading, do not exceed 1% risk. All right? Don't. All right? So, for example, obviously higher margin size is preferable because that means you don't have to use as much leverage. But because I hedge trade, I do need at least the same exact amount of margin available. So, you can use 25% and then 25%. No, not that. 5%. And that would bring us closer to that 1.25% mark. And then, a 1% stop loss. So 5x leverage with 1,250 margin. Wouldn't be too bad. Like I said, this account is still in its infancy stage. Combine that with the massive trade that is potentially happening right now. That's why I'm using 3%. All right. But with that being said, guys, it was a good comeback stream. Like I said, I do plan on being live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Probably sometime around like 1, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. EST. But, yeah, I'm going to say goodbye now. We did what we did. It's definitely been a awesome last couple of weeks. Like I said, we got kind of crushed in the beginning, just being a little bit too, because I was using 5% risk and playing on like the 1 minute time frame, which was just not a good combo. I still have made a couple small time frame trades on this restart of the portfolio, but it has always been in combination with the larger time frames, whereas before I was not doing that. I was just getting too lost in the sauce. But no. Ever since the restart, we're back up to about 5,000 and potentially a lot more if this really does start to rebound off of this low. Joseph, thank you, man. Hope to see you next time. Crypto Doctor, thank you. Moon Ach, I don't know how to pronounce it, but peace, man. See ya. Kevin, you too, man. Thanks, guy. Take care. You as well. Somebody say it. Thank you. Procrastinated. Thanks, Kite. No problem, man. No problem. Misa, CJ, Yusuf, Swish, Donimus, Johnny on the spot, Dustin, Carlos, F1. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. All right. Hopefully, this is the final low. Hopefully. And we moon for a couple weeks. Like I said, I'm not too sure on whether or not 54K will just be a top or we'll see continuation past it. If anything, I do think we'll see a pullback around 54K, but it definitely could be just a pullback before continuing higher. All right, guys, I'm gonna go watch some TV with my sister and then probably play some God of War. All right. I'll see you next time, guys. Do the thing. Let's do the thing. Bye.
Cause everything I love don't love me no more.
And I've been waking up so different, no ambition to leave home. Liquor hit a little different when you sip it on your own. Got a couple homies worried I ain't picking up the phone. Funny thing is when I hide, I'm the one who get exposed. I remember being young, dumb and full of limits, watching mama cry while she ate everything in the kitchen. Now I'm in the waiting room of a clean build, about to see my sister for a rehab's monthly visit. White lies is a problem for me. Pride is a problem for me. Some things are just stronger than me. Addiction in my blood, I'm an addict for the love. I might turn to something else if I don't feel I have enough. Cause
I OD on everything I love. Everything I love. Everything I love. I OD on everything I love. Cause everything I love don't love me no more.
I'm overdosing on your love. Any drugs, I can't get enough. The purple potion helps me out when you can't lift me up. Roll up a blunt, get in my zone, I guess I like the rush. I took some time and looked around, now it's just only us. I'm an outsider, baby, never felt like I belong. Get high to right my wrongs, but please don't take that wrong. I got some real demons, I got real angels too. Don't know what I would do if I can speak my truth. Real trials and tribulations, hard work and dedication. Product of my surroundings, my life a rocky mountain. But I'ma keep on climbing, and they gon' keep on doubting. Get up and get the greatness, don't got no time for slouching. One love.
I OD on everything I love. Everything I love. Everything I love. I OD on everything I love. Cause everything I love don't love me no more.
I remember getting a gut feeling and just knowing it was over, or that I needed to go look about something in his phone. I was having dreams a lot.
yeah,
I feel like
mine's on. Yeah,
I just
hey,
remember waking up one day.
hey, yeah. Highs never last long enough. Highs never last long enough. Highs never last long enough. Best highs never last long enough. Used to want a dad in my life, now he wants a son. Used to want a dad in my life, now he... But best highs never last long enough. Best highs never last long. I do what I want, I'm in charge of myself, girl. Liquor make it hurt less when I'm starving myself, girl. Rich but we ain't eating and it's hard for my girl. Empty stomach, I can't even keep it hard for my girl. Best highs never last long enough. Smiles in the kitchen, but bathroom I'm throwing up. I know I'm my mom's son, just my mom's son. I know I'm my mom's son, just my mom's son. Put my pride aside, I asked Janine to be my girlfriend. 2 weeks in, I'm the reason that my girl's sick. She might want payback, cheating, that's a whirlwind. Every time I torn, hit the whirlwind. I had dreams of being like Drizzy in the studio. I get high from hunger, so I'm all dizzy in the studio. I work so fucking hard, 100 songs, I scrap them all. Shit, I've been off, I got my fans wondering like, is he in the studio? Fear is the problem, fans want the album, label want hits. I feel like I don't got them. Only thing in common between everybody watching, say they love the real him, but they don't know a thing about him. Highs never last long enough. Highs never last long enough. Best highs never last long enough. Best highs never last long enough. Used to want a dad in my life, now he wants a son. Used to want a dad in my life, now he... But best highs never last long enough. Best highs never last long.